does not show any discrimination against the French.
Sorry, Ubisoft.
Even if you are a dirty Frenchman.
Jordan, please. We're not. We promise we don't discriminate against the.
Listen, I understand. There's two things.
All right, we're live. We're live.
Don't worry.
There are the people that are intolerant and the Dutch.
Okay, we get it, Jordan.
Okay, Jordan, you can stop talking now.
I hear Bosco goes good with the accoutrement.
Don't worry. I know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fall Asleep.
Much better.
We're not racist, we promise.
What do you mean racist? It's French.
Nationalist.
Not nationalist.
That's entirely different.
Sorry,
nationalist.
that route. Anyway. Fuck you guys.
Hello.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Alright, so, last we left off, the favored few had after resurrecting Esrayle, made their way from Arkala about 3 days out to an encampment that the Grey Ripper Brotherhood had set up along the coastline. In an attempt to gather information on their numbers as well as any other information they could gather. They found out after watching and spying on a few patrols that there was a shipment of firearms that was supposed to be delivered to the encampment, and that they were getting ready to march for Arkala within a week's time. The party decided to take out the patrol and try to frame it as if there was some sort of coven or ghosts that were taking out the patrols. Doing a fairly decent job of it. They were unfortunately spotted after donning the Brotherhood's garbs. Spotted by another patrol headed by what seemed like a much better armored individual, who they dispatched as well. They decided that they would continue their stakeout, seeing that with two patrols gone, that they might find someone of more importance to come out of the camp, at which point, after a few hours of waiting, they saw Umbra, one of the members of Special Forces, accompanied by a number of different individuals making their way into the woods, where they found the carvings, and Umbra was the only one to spot two members of the favored few, calling them out after taking a few shots at them. Esrayle and Ophilia stood up, informing them that something had happened to the rest of the patrols. Umbra did not seem to see through their ruse, but demanded that they follow them back into the camp to give a full report of what happened. And that is where we left off. So, Flanar and Goo, you watch as Umbra, standing a bit in front of Esrayle and Ophilia, have begun marching them along with five other members of the Brotherhood who are staying behind them. And they are beginning to march towards the camp. Two of their members have stayed behind, and they seem very intent on examining these carvings. In fact, one of them you see actually goes into his pouch, pulls out a piece of paper, and starts drawing what he sees in the carvings, as the other kind of goes around and begins inspecting the dead bodies.
I'm gonna tap Flanar on the shoulder so I'm not, making noise.
Okay, so you'll give him a little tap.
And I'm gonna point at the guy that we hung up from the tree.
But you can see that guy he's still unconscious, but you also see his face is beet red from just the amount of blood that has drained down onto his face.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna... I'm trying to tell you that we gotta kill him.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the other two that are free roaming, but...
Yeah, but that guy can talk. He has recollection of what happened.
Esrayle and Ophilia, you are continuing to be carted away by these individuals. Are you gonna attempt to do anything?
Nope.
All right. Okay. So as you guys are led towards the encampment, you will see that a number of individuals are already on alert. it seems that word of the missing patrols has definitely gotten out. And they have a number of guards that are stationed around the outskirts where you had been observing before. As you approach, you see Umbra raises a hand and kind of just seems to shoo them off to the side as the 8 of you walk in towards the camp. Now, the camp itself, from the outside, looks massive. From the inside, even bigger, as you start to see a number of different individuals of different organizations, the Rome organization and the Grey Reaper Brotherhood, that are all in the process of getting ready for something. You can see all of them are donning armor, grabbing weapons, and a lot of them seem pretty tired, like abnormally tired. As you push on a bit further, you start to see that the tents start to become a little bit more sparse as you begin making your way towards the center, which by the way, at this point, you guys will probably be walking for about 10 minutes. Flanar and Goo, if there's anything you'd want to do during that time as you see them disappear into the encampment.
Do the two guards?
The two guards, you see one of the guards is finishing scrawling. The rest scrawling the writings. The other one has gone up to the bodies and seems to be inspecting them. He has to shoo away a few flies that have come, but the bodies haven't had too much time to decompose yet.
I still have a paralyzing agent arrow. I'm gonna go ahead and motion to go toward the bodies as I notch the paralyzing agent arrow and try to aim for the other one.
I'm gonna hold up a finger, and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay, what are you casting Thaumaturgy to do?
I'm going to target a nearby bush or like behind a tree or something, and just kind of make like a nearby wolf like bark.
All right, so
just to distract him enough for Flanar to shoot.
All right, so you'll. So are you doing this towards the one that is currently writing, or are you doing it towards the one that's near the bodies?
Near the bodies.
All right, so you'll go ahead and as you do your thaumaturgy, you will hear this little wolf bark and howl as the guy kind of looks back.
I'm assuming that the other guy doesn't know where I am. Will I have the shot at advantage?
You have the shot at advantage. Yeah, they didn't see either of you.
All right. Again, this is not toward the guy with the bodies. I was not aiming for him.
Okay, so the guy who was at the bodies is distracted. The other one is still in the process of drawing these different symbols.
Yes,
and he's trying to block out the sound of Flanar firing an arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the paralyzing agent arrow. I believe it's a con save.
Yeah, it's a con save. Well, you still do damage when you hit, and then I make a con save against your. Well, that's damage. And what's your to hit?
You said 15.
Did you roll to hit already, or it just didn't show up?
Oh, I did. It should be 24.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just not showing up. Sorry. Something happened. Oh. Uh-oh. Hello? There it goes. Yeah. The button started blinking, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, my internet is really shite right now, so I thought was that me? Or?
All right, so con save for him. That is a failure. So as the arrow flies into him, it strikes him, and you hear him go, ugh! You see his muscles start locking up. You can see his muscles, even under the armor. You can see the area where it just starts tensing across his body. The muscles seem to just be constantly constricting and retracting, as if they're just constantly being pulsed, and he just cannot move at this point.
Next shot would be a normal arrow, and again, I'm motioning for Goo to take out the other one.
I will say this is going in we'll say like you're going to take your turn, and then Goo will take his turn.
Right. So still normal. I would think.
What about Valak?
Valak will also take a turn if you guys want him to rush. 16.
I wasn't even trying to kill the two guys. I just wanted to shoot the guy that was strung up so we wouldn't fucking talk later.
16. That'll hit.
Okay. Technically, under paralyzation, is that for?
It's an auto crit.
Okay. So 7 and then 16.
All right, all right. So Valak will run out And he'll try to cut the guy down if that's what you want him to do.
No, it's kill him.
No. Cut the guy down, the one that's
Oh.
paralyzed.
Okay.
All right, so 2 swings with his longsword. That's a critical, and that's a critical.
And brutal critical.
Yeah, and brutal critical. He crit twice, which means he would get something for it, but he's not low on HP. But he does get an additional 8d6 on this too.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy's dead. He's
Immediate paste. Is what
yeah,
I'm
he's
hearing.
obliterated against just the weight of Locke's sword.
So
So
does
to
that mean
recap-
there's technically not a body?
I mean, there's a body. It's in ribbons.
Interesting.
However, there is another individual that has not been taken care of. Goo.
Yeah, Goo, you gonna go try to take care of the other guy?
Yeah.
So
could I catch up to him by running?
he's not running. This is all happening in one round.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, this is the surprise round.
This
Well,
is
no,
the
someone-
greatest
someone's gotta-
plan.
Run up with my spade, and that's a 12. No, it's a 13.
That's a miss.
Don't you also get advantage?
He's not paralyzed.
No.
That's a 27.
That'll hit.
That's one of these babies.
That better like hit for 50, or else I'm gonna be upset.
Well, I mean, I still have 2 unarmed attacks, so I'm good.
And you could try to stun him too.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. No, I don't want to lose the key points. Let's see if I can kill him first.
All right.
Oh wait, my spade's not a fucking D8. It's a D10.
Yeah, it's a glaive.
That was cocked as fuck. 14 slashing damage.
Okay, 14 damage.
Okay, and then my 2 unarmed attacks.
Don't forget about your artifact bonus.
His artifact bonus only counts to his unarmed strikes.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not nat 20.
All right. Natural 20 will hit. Or an unnatural 20 will hit.
Not nat 20.
So I said an unnatural 20.
Fucking piece of shit. That's 11 bludgeoning and 1 necrotic, because I believe I picked necrotic.
Okay.
Okay, and 1 more. 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Yes. Fuck me. 8 bludgeoning and 3 necrotic.
All right,
And
you
I'll
will
go
manage
for-
to down him.
Okay, cool. No stunning strike wasted.
No stunning strike.
No stunning strike.
Okay, and at this point, I will walk back over to the guy that's hung up by a tree and
Alright, he's still
just throw a dart at him.
He's dead.
Oof. We
I
lied.
have to mark that dart down because I'm not getting it back.
I mean, you could pull it
From
back.
this close. From this close, by the way, Goo. As he's been
Yeah.
hanging upside down for a number of hours by his leg, the pant has kind of come down a little bit. From about his mid thigh up, it is completely like blue and gray.
Mhm.
You get yeah. You get the sense.
Oh yeah.
He died quite a while ago.
Oh yeah. Von Arm made it clear. He's like, yeah, he's gonna be technically alive, but this is gonna be a torture. This is gonna be one of those things where he's just gonna be there, and he's just.
And if he wasn't dead, you get the sense he was probably never gonna be able to use that leg again ever.
Yep.
Yep.
Because
Oh,
that's
it's
how
like a-
war is. It's sick.
All right. So what are you guys doing now?
I'm getting the fuck out of this particular spot.
All right. So you guys, but all 3 of you move away from this spot. I'm saying you guys have a little bit of wiggle room here since they've been walking for a while.
Yeah. So where do we go?
This plan is immediately backfired. I expect to actually go ahead and get 2 individuals to interrogate and bring back. However, unfortunately, it seems they got 2 of ours. As I've said before, capture by their own faults is on them. If they kept their heads down, maybe there could have been a better alternative. But now we're dealing with a situation where the commander has been taken, and so has the wild card Ophilia. So, I suppose this would fall under who is second in command, and that will not be me.
Great. Because I know it's not Valak.
Hey, I take resentment to that.
Valak, you're a cool guy, and you do a lot for us, but you're Valak.
At this
Fair
point,
enough.
I agree. There's no rescue operation that's going to be happening here.
I don't think that we can. But I just don't see them getting out on their own pace.
Well, then what do you
They-
expect?
I don't. If they don't seem suspicious, and obviously this is very suspicious, the guards will grill them, try and get as much out of them, and maybe let them go. But, I mean, obviously they're going to be found out. They're not just going to be let off as soldiers. But it's what they do after.
Well, we're faced with an option. Either we go ahead and we stay out here, or we head back to town, we get the information back as soon as we can, and whatever happens, happens. Those are the two courses of action that are viable here. Because if we try to do a rescue operation now, we're endangering their lives, and then we're also risking our own lives on top of it.
I get that. So, to me, our only two options are wait and see what happens and hope they just get thrown back out into the general wilderness. Or we fight them first. And I don't mean us. I mean get an army and strike. I mean, if they're waiting for something, it's probably better for us to wait until they get,
This is a scouting mission. It took multiple days to get here. By the time that we go ahead and get ourselves an army and then come back, there's no chance, there is no possibility that this camp won't be immediately rushed out. Nor will we know whether or not they will survive. It took us 3 days to be here. By the time we take the 3-day trip back to the town and come back 3 days after, they're long gone.
God, I wish I could send.
I wish we were within 50 miles of someplace I could send a message. I don't think there's any noticeable encampments for the Empire around this area. Not close by.
Listen, let's stay here a little bit longer to see what happens, and if not, we go back.
All right.
Esrayle and Ophilia, what are your passive perceptions?
Passive perceptions. Let me check.
19, I believe.
15.
19 and 15. Uh-oh, I think Luke froze for a second, but he's fine now. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my internet connection is absolute
So-
garbage, and yes, it is 19.
So Luke. So Esrayle, as you were being escorted past a few individuals laughing, you will hear one of them. You will hear them say, "Hey, did you hear? A daywalker's apparently been dealt with in Aria." Fucking hippo people thinking they could stand to us. Just, yeah. From what I understand, it seems like that's going to be where we're making the assault on the cities. I was like, yeah, I can't wait. Finally, I get to see what's in that big floating castle they got up there.
What was the
Yeah,
place?
yeah, how do you spell that?
Aria. Aria.
Okay, I thought you said Daria for a second.
No, Aria. Daria.
Yeah, same. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, they're gonna strike down on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, dude.
This day
Yeah.
area
Did he say like a specific time?
Diarrhea.
No, they just said that they're using it as a staging ground for an assault on the cities. However, you guys are you guys continue to push on. For another about 20 or so minutes, you are led through a number of different areas. You seem to be walking with some sort of purpose towards wherever the center of this encampment is. And as you arrive, you see a big tent adorned with the symbols of the Grey Reaper Brotherhood. You see a number of much better armed guards that are manning the outside of it, as well as a couple of those Rome members in the gray robes with the muskets at their side. As you approach, Umbra will hold up a hand and seems to shoo them to the side as well. They look at each other for a moment, look the two back, and they talk for a moment in very hushed tones before they let you in. As you make your way in, you see a red-haired elf with several battle scars across his body. He is in a set of full-plate armor. And at the back, you can see there is a blackened maul that seems to have a series of jagged spikes coming out the bottom of the actual hilt of the blade. And at its pommel, you can see it has been sharpened to a very, very fine point. And as you all enter, Umbra will say, "Commander Denelt, we found these two on the outskirts of the encampment alongside two of the missing patrols. They claim that they were assaulted by some sort of force, and I brought them here to be questioned by you." At which point, the commander kind of looks, kind of rubs the underside of his chin. "Very well. You two, step forward."
Okay. And Ophelia steps forward.
Step forward.
He'll kind of adjust, kind of crossing his fingers over, and puts both of his elbows on the desk, on the makeshift desk that he has. You see Umbra at this point walks to the side and seems to just man one side of the tent. Now, I don't recognize you two, but I do not know a lot of the subordinates in this army, so I would presume you are new.
Yes, sir.
Explain to me what happened and why you did not come to report the missing patrols sooner.
We were knocked unconscious, sir, by whatever this was that attacked us.
We thought that we can check it out to see if we can find the missing patrols, but before we got there it was too late. We're sorry, sir.
So you're telling me that you were not with the patrols. You left after the patrols had gone missing.
That is correct, sir.
Under whose authorization did you leave the encampment to go searching?
It was our fault, sir.
I like you can either both make a deception check or one of you can make a deception check at advantage.
Luke?
My deception is +3.
What is my deception? +1.
-5.
Alright, deception.
16. And I will. Is he gonna check it with insight or?
Yeah, he is gonna check it with
I'm gonna give him an 8.
An 8?
Yep.
Alright. I know if watches you. Look at you both. Well, I do appreciate that you care so much for your fellow soldier. You are not allowed to be off the encampment without authorization. This was very, clearly instructed.
Yes, sir. I'll
You must understand that this does not go without punishment.
of
Yes,
course.
sir. Understood, sir.
I'll take whatever punishment.
What are your names so I can document them? And he starts to reach over. He grabs a quill and ink as well as what appears to be a ledger. That as he opens it, you can see that there are a number of different soldiers who seem to have been routinely punished in the encampment.
I'm Arya, and this is Mercedes, sir.
I like it. I like it.
What?
All right. Arya and Mercedes. Those are very strange names. But very well. Last name?
The Thorn.
And you?
And
Oh, uh-oh.
um,
Luke's dying. Hang on.
Luke,
Luke's trying to say something, but he's dying.
Luke, say the thing.
Say the line, Luke.
Say the line. I'll be back.
Okay, I think. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay!
Okay. Luis.
I am actually writing these names down.
Yeah.
Remember them.
Yeah. All right. Well, as he finishes writing them down, and that's it, he'll say, all right. Well, Umbra, I'd like you to escort them to the barracks. They're going to be on cleaning duty for the next 2 weeks. He says, absolutely, sir. You two will come with me.
We'll follow him.
You
Yes,
two
sir.
are escorted out. In this time, Gu and Flanar and Vlok, what are you guys doing?
See, Luke, I got
Kill
you.
myself.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Oof.
Oof.
I don't know what to do.
Not liking this. Best course of action, I think, right now is to go ahead and head back to town. Can't wait any longer out here. We got what information we can, and we need to go.
Split the party. Split
Split
the
the
party.
We do that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
Why do we keep dying? I don't understand it.
Hey.
It's
To be
you're
fair,
right.
it gives for more interesting story moments.
Yeah, but it's also tactically sound. That's why I'm saying it's better to cut losses by this point.
I will say for you, both of you would notice this as you're leaving. As you turn to leave with Umbra, as you pass by, you notice that in a crate, just a little ways off to the side, what appears to be a set of documents. And resting a bit off to the side, kind of a bit sunken in, you can see what looks to be a list of names, and just barely what you can see on the bottom seems to be a list of different funds and transactions between them.
Where was this?
This was in a crate. As you were leaving through the entrance of the tent, it was off to the right side in a crate. So as you're coming in, left side. As you're leaving, right side.
Okay.
All right, so you guys will be escorted about 5 minutes away to a very, very rowdy barracks where different individuals seem to be laughing, drinking, eating, a few getting in fistfights. And as you enter, you see it is beyond a pigsty in here. Like, these soldiers are either completely untrained or just do not give a shit about their temporary living condition, as there is grime, dirt, food, what might be urine, just everywhere. It stinks of just sweat and refuse in here.
Well,
At which point you see Umbra kind of claps his hands really loudly. You see a few look over. He says, go out to the shed, get the supplies. We got to idiots in need of some discipline. And he said, and you see all of them in unison kind of look over and just start laughing at both of you. And then you hear one of them say, "Oh, they're both women! Oh, this is gonna be a fun one, isn't it, boys?" At which one you hear a bunch of rowdy, like, yeah, cheers come from the barracks.
Uh-oh.
I don't like where this is going.
But cleaning supplies are fetched. They are not in very good condition at all, and barely serviceable.
Don't worry, I used to do this sort of thing all the time. Never in these awful conditions, but I think everything should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys begin. Do you guys begin your cleaning?
Yep.
All right, you are under surveillance the entire time. You're under surveillance. Not very strict surveillance, but under surveillance the entire time. There is more than a few uncomfortable moments.
Mm-hmm.
There is more than a few crude remarks made towards you in your time here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna steel-faced, ignore them, focus on my task.
Yep.
All right. So, what are you and so Flanar and Goo, you guys are heading back?
Yeah.
All right, so you will
I'm voting to
begin.
cut losses. Yep.
So you will begin the 3-day journey back towards Arkala.
3 days of cleaning. 3 days of cleaning.
If
2 weeks
distance
of
is this
cleaning.
much of an issue, I think maybe we could do 2 days. By that point, we should be roughly 50 miles from town. Maybe I can get a messenger out.
All right, so
It'd be pushing limits, but
all right, so we'll go ahead and do the days of travel first. Who's taking first watch?
that'll be me.
Okay, so make a perception
So
check.
we'll just stay in that whatever order we're in.
All right, make me a perception check. I don't know, man. Like, wow. Okay. Okay. So first watch goes off without a hitch. Go.
Ian says that.
21.
21
Monday one?
goes off without it. Your watch goes off unabated.
Valak.
Day 2 of travel.
Oh, we're not doing Valak.
Oh yeah. Oh, Valak. Doesn't notice anything either.
They die to wolves, and that's
Yeah.
that's how our party dies. Not to Senrith, but to wolves.
All right. So next day.
We
of
died.
travel.
We died of fairies, David. That's
Yeah.
what should be happening here.
That was Sparrow.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Flanar.
Valak!
Yeah.
You're not Valak, you're Flanar!
Yeah. So Flanar.
Uh-huh.
First perception check, please.
Can I just do passive and say 17?
Nope. This is not about you passively glancing about your surroundings. This is about actively searching.
Resurrection by...
But my rolls are such shit.
I know,
Oh.
man. I'm sorry.
Get this. I believe in you.
Let me know when you roll it.
Beat me.
Uh-oh. Jordan,
But
did you roll?
Roll perception.
I did. I
Oh.
rolled a 15.
Okay.
Is it not showing up for you?
I wasn't. It rolled 20, man. It bugs.
It's an excellent service, and I'm happy.
So, Flanar, as you're keeping watch,
Oh, cool.
you will hear what sounds like a rapid progression of footsteps. Just
On the ground?
On the
In
ground.
Hmm.
and they sound like light footsteps too. Go and Valak are asleep right now.
It's dead night. I'm not going to call my hawk up and wake him up and do that. That's not going to be good for him.
Oh, I'm curious.
Which direction did the sounds come from?
Coming from about northeast to where you're looking.
Is that from behind where
It's
we
from
were
in front.
walking?
It's in front.
In front. Okay.
Yeah. Just
All right. Bow out. If it's ahead of us, I'm going to go ahead and quietly approach and see if I can't keep hidden.
all right. Make a stealth check.
23.
Go bird.
So as you knock an arrow and you slowly begin moving forward, you hear the and as you approach, you see what appears to be the faint outline of some sort of creature that is running off towards the distance. And then you hear another set of that's coming closer to you from the opposite direction. As you glance over, you see one of those wolf-like creatures again with just the giant maws for heads. Walk up, stops for a second, and seems to kind of lift its head, looking around before it runs off.
So it's more of those goo.
Yeah, it's more of those
things.
It's more of those goo creatures.
Yeah, they all look like goo, by the way.
Yeah, they're all in like a perpetual state of melting.
No.
Oh yeah, they look like goo. They look like
Perpetual
goo.
state of melting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can all my creatures look like you, goo? Yeah, sure, that's rad.
Pardon me, his name is Morton.
Nah, dude, it's goo.
His name is Metonymus Guenja.
But that's
Glenja?
not.
Morpheus Neo Trinity.
That's still not good. How far away from town are we right now?
You are within 50 miles to get back.
I'm gonna wait until the morning. Then I'm gonna try to get back into the camp.
Yeah, all
And
right,
I'll
easy
wait
enough.
for-
You make your way back.
I'll wait for whoever's at next watch.
All right, so Goo, you will come too.
Oh boy.
Goo. There was more of those dog things, like the one we ran into when we went to Esrayle's place.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't try to make
Don't
too
you
much
dare yawn.
noise.
You're making me yawn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna sit right here, man.
All right. So, what'd you roll for perception, Goo?
20, not natural.
20. Flora, you begin your meditation. So you'll hear what sounds like that ominous howl that you'd heard before coming from far off in the distance. That.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
It's far off in the distance.
It's pretty far in the distance. It's not close enough that it's affecting you like it had before.
Good times, right, Jordan?
However, other than that, your watch goes on unabated. Valak wakes up. Nothing happens.
Yay.
All right. So next morning.
In the morning, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't get another bird, not my hawk. See if I can't-
Make a survival, and then make an animal handling.
use an animal. Okay, yeah. So this will be right.
Yeah.
So survival,
Survival to see if you can find a bird.
18.
Takes a little bit, but you do manage to find a small bird.
All right.
Oh man, that's
10.
10.
But the range is within 30 feet, so
I'll say with a bit of it takes a minute, but you're like, and as you reach out, you manage to get your hands around the bird as it starts flailing around in your hands.
Hey. Shh. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a little morsel of food.
Mhm.
I'll hand it to him. All right. Now, I'm going to need to be very careful about this because I need to know how long can I speak. Blue Jay Bat, specified location, which you visited, recipient. 25 words. Okay.
All right, just like Sydney. Let's go.
All right. Animal messenger. This is going to go out to Arkala, to Commander Zalron Oagan, or however you say it.
Oagan.
We're approaching town. 2 captured. Full debriefing, I should say. I messed it up. No, I should.
Is all of his counted or no?
I assume that was Jordan raging in real life. So.
Yeah.
You have 13 more words. Jordan, are you okay? You have 13 more words, man. You're fine.
Short answer. Troops are getting weapons. Coming to town. You already know this.
I will say, since Flanar already knew that Ezreal had sent word about that, you didn't have to add that.
What was the new news that we got, though? Fuck.
You didn't really get any new news. I mean, you know about Umbra, but that's about it. The new news that you got is only known to Ezreal and Ophilia.
Then yeah, I guess they have someone else in their ranks. Favorite few call them Rome.
I have one word. You have one word left.
Bye.
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 Sincerely.
Out.
All right, so the bird, you'll release the bird. You'll kind of tip around for a minute, then look in one direction and take off.
Every time I've done this, it was only for quick exchanges between certain groups. It'll take him a while, but he were than a day away, and he's got a head start.
All right, so you guys gonna keep going to our car? Oh my goodness, I am still waking up. All right, so as you guys push on for the last day of travel, Flanar, perception, please.
Mm-hmm. Is it not showing up again?
Yep, it's not showing up again.
I don't know what's going on. 11.
11.
The game wants you to play as NetGex.
No,
11?
I'm pretty sure it's like a connection thing. I don't know what.
All right, nothing. Nothing so far.
9.
9.
9.
All right, so you're kind of just dozing and you kind of start to fall asleep a little bit, Goo. And then your head hits the ground.
Yay.
Wait, isn't he like half elf? Does that work against him?
This is not magical means that are putting him to sleep.
Oh.
It's me.
It's you. You just dozed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you.
That one.
Yeah, it's just you. You just dozed off. All right, so Volok will wake up. He'll come over. Go.
What? Yes.
I fell asleep.
I want food. What? Oh, shit.
And you see as you look around, it's already morning. You didn't wake Volok up for his shift.
Well, we're not dead. I couldn't fuck up that hard.
Flanar, you're waking up at about the same time you're ending your meditation, and yeah, you see Volok waking Goo up.
Oh. You're going to go ahead and wake him up for shift, are you, Block?
No, actually. He'll point to the sky, and it's already morning.
Yeah, no shit.
That was good.
All right. All right. So in these 3 days that you guys have been in the encampment, so the first day goes by. You finish scrubbing the barracks. You are told to report to your own with escort. You will be informed that there are 4 barracks in this place. One that's here, one towards there's 2 towards the center, one towards the area back where you came, and one towards the back end of the encampment.
Mm-hmm.
So which one are you telling them that you belong to?
Luke.
Toward the back, maybe?
All right, so you head towards the back.
Yeah.
All right. So as you are escorted over, you can see that there are a few people there that are in the process of kind of writing some stuff down, and there seems to be a man. That it seems to be 2 guards at the front entrance to this barracks. At this time it's late. Like, you guys have been working all day, and a lot of people are asleep at this point. So as you
is this beginning of new day or no?
No, you guys are at like. I mean,
Oh.
it is probably beginning of the new day, as it's maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you're allowed to go to bed. As you walk into the barracks, you see the guards kind of glance over at you, seemingly like they just don't recognize you, but also maybe just too tired to care to really give a shit. But you're let in. You can see that there appears to be 4 bunks that are available.
I call top bunk.
All right, so Ophilia, you'll go over and climb up the bunk, and as you kind of lay down, it's really warm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
That's
I
it.
get off. What do you mean it's really warm?
Esrayle, you go over, you lay down in yours. It's really warm.
Are any of them cold?
You go around and you touch a few. I mean, well, here's the thing. Are you getting up and going around and touching a few?
Well, sleeping on floor time.
Yeah, I have an excuse. I'm an elf. I'll just.
All right, so you'll start meditating.
Yeah.
They don't like elves.
All right. So Ophilia, you'll carefully get down from the bunk, and as you reach over to another bed, kind of run your hand against it. It seems cold.
Hell yeah.
You'll lay down in it. Throw the blanket over. A good thing, too, because you see 2 individuals walking in that go to the bunks you 2 were just laying in. Is there anything you guys want to do before you lay down?
Is there anyone watching us at this moment?
You see, like, there's a few guards standing guard, but they're not actively watching. They're more just kind of like cursory glancing inside.
So, question.
Yes.
Where is my boy?
Where's Ravioli?
Yeah, in this situation.
You look around for him. You don't see him.
Can I try to do the thing where it's like I see through his eyes?
You'll connect to him, and as you look through, you do connect. You see that you can see yourself being looked at from a higher vantage point.
I see. We got nothing inconspicuous. Any other ravens around, or?
Let's make a perception check for Ravioli.
Mm-hmm.
Linguini.
His evil twin brother.
Did you make your perception check, David?
Give me a second. I have to find a raven's stat block.
I believe your fate dice only recover if you get a long rest.
Yes.
Spaghetti.
I'm waiting for let's see here. He has a let's see here. Man ray +1.
13. All right.
13.
He kind of glances around. He doesn't see anything.
Can he scout around the camp a little bit, like?
Sure. Make a stealth check for him.
Okay. He's a fucking stealthy boy.
So he'll.
Yeah, and I can like see through him.
So he'll kind of begin looking about the camp. You can see that a lot of the camp itself seems to be quiet at this point, though there are a few small patrols that are going around. The higher up he gets, the more he sees just what a massive encampment this is. The coastline itself, as he makes his way towards the coast itself, seems to be not as heavily patrolled. However, as he approaches, you see that there are a number of ships that have also set up along the beach.
Okay.
Each of them adorned in that same flag. Make a perception check for Ravioli real quick.
Okay. Let's see here. Raven stat block. Oh yeah, still +1. Let's go. Now he sees nothing.
He's spinning around as he comes through. It takes about an hour and a half before he returns to you. Ezra, is there anything you want to do during this time?
I'm gonna send
All right, who are you sending to?
to Goo.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is on night 1, Goo, that you would have gotten this message.
Everything seems fine for now. We were punished with cleaning duty, nothing more. I'll keep you posted if anything changes.
So that's the message you receive, Goo.
Okay.
Do you respond?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're heading to Arcala. That's the name of the place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet. I wanted to get you out, but I don't think we could. If anything happens, I'm sorry. We'll be back. Bye.
Bye. All right. So that's the message you get back. Are you doing anything else?
One more.
All right. 2.
To Goo.
All right.
I understand. Just stay safe out there, okay? I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Is there anyone like particularly watching me at the moment, or no?
No, all you're doing is laying in bed. So there's not. I assume you could have your eyes closed. If you have your eyes closed, you're still watching. So nobody's like. Even if someone was staring at you during this time, you wouldn't know.
Yep.
Goo, do you respond to the message or just leave it at that?
Yeah.
Just leave it at... Oh, you're going to respond?
No.
All right. Leave it at that.
No.
Oh, are you actually going to respond?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Oh, wait, no, that was 2 days later. Say I fell asleep during watch.
Yeah.
I guess I can say something else.
Sure. If you want to. You don't have to.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do.
All right.
You know what's messed up? It's supposed to be snowing right now. I wish I could enjoy that. Be careful, okay?
All right. So, you managed to finish your meditation. Ophilia, on the other hand, does not get a long rest, as you are woken up 4 hours later. You get a short rest, so you can get your arcane recovery.
Oh, yeah.
But you do not get a long rest. You do not recover your fate dice. You don't restore hit. You don't go back to max hit points. And you don't get your luck back.
Pass go.
You did not collect the $200.
Okay, so I get all my spells back. Cool. Thanks, dude.
And I think we're going to take a short break there. I just want to go get some food. I still haven't eaten.
Why didn't you eat yet?
Because I woke up and then I got in here and you guys were 20 minutes. And I've been in here for 20 minutes. But anyway, we'll take a short break, about 5-10 minutes, just so I can go grab something. And then we will come back and see what the rest of the days hold for Esrayle and Ophilia.
Fantastic.
Yay!
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get ready for work.
And then we are live in.
I am already up. And we're back.
Already up?
Yep.
All right.
All right. So we're back.
We're back.
All right. Well, Esrayle dies horrendously in the night.
Hey, it's in my fucking username.
Uh,
It's the
Wait, what?
Dab Olympics, man.
I have some chips. Oh,
You have some chaps.
I have to go. Sorry,
Okay.
she did get home. I have to go let my mother know something real quick. 1
Oh.
second, guys.
We
Well,
just came
good.
back.
Well, you know what?
God damn it.
I'm not going to go back to break. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and take control of the situation. Hi, guys.
I really hope I'm not wrong,
Hi,
and it
Jordan.
actually is winter time.
It is.
Well,
That's
yeah, it
it.
is.
I
'Cause
believe so, yeah.
She's not home. It was a door slamming upstairs.
Go.
Well, I was going to go ahead and start advertising the fact that there may be more activity happening on your local Twitch and or Mixer. We're still debating on like gaming and otherwise because we don't have a schedule for anything.
Nope, we do not, except for this game, which is going to have a schedule change again.
Yep.
Fuck.
It is.
DM's got work and
Yeah,
he's gonna do
I'm
shit.
going to be.
Of course it's gonna
This
be
is going to be
different.
the normal time now, Chris.
Oh boy.
That is the question if Rick can make it though.
Yeah,
We'll deal with that.
when we get
We'll
to it.
find some other weird time.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so the next day comes to the two of you, as you are put through basic training, military basic training.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'd like both of you to make me athletics checks, please.
Hooray.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I
I
have
love
everybody in
Marine Corps.
Buddy in the contact. Come on, let's drive to the liquor store around
Yeah!
the corner.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, who did
Alright.
we
I lost my
appreciate?
strength when I masturbate.
So
Oh,
you guys begin doing this rigorous physical activity, and as you're being pushed through it, Ophilia, you're handling it pretty well. It hurts. Your entire body feels like it's on fire.
Mhm.
Esrayle, on the other hand, is just constantly panning. Esrayle, you feel like your chest is collapsing because of how hard you have to breathe. It is unpleasant, uncomfortable. And you will see a number of times a high-ranking officer will go over and just start chewing Esrayle out, screaming at her, calling her every name in the book, and at one point even hitting her on like the head, like with the palm of his hand, just to emphasize how dumb she is, and how much of a baby she's being.
Private Pile!
I like you
I'm
to
not
make.
responding to anything with that, or other than, sir, yes, sir.
All right. I like you to make another athletics check.
All of us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby. Hey, look at that 20 on the right.
Esrayle, it's even worse now. This is how do people do this? This is torture. Your whole body, like, this is worse than when you were a slave. Like, how do people do this on a regular basis?
Get over my obstacle course!
Climb this wall!
Yeah, like your entire body, it just feels like it's dying. Like your arms and legs feel like noodles.
I've died like 3 times. It's not isn't that bad.
Yeah. But you will once again be scolded and reprimanded, and told that if you don't pick up the pace, the entire rest of the platoon is going to have to run 7 more laps if you don't catch up.
Ooh,
I'd like you to make another athletics check.
this is like some Mulan shit, huh?
I mean, that's how they punish in the military. They don't punish
Yeah.
you. They punish your platoon so they get pissed off at you.
Yep.
All of us. I'm like,
Yes, you as
It
well.
sucks.
You as well, Ophelia.
oh no.
All right. So at this point, that's 3 failed checks for Esrayle. So Esrayle, you collapse from just the sheer physical exhaustion. The entire platoon is punished, at which point Ophelia, you start seeing Ophelia, as you're pulled off to the side, you're treated well too. Like they give you a water, they give you a towel to dry off, and everybody hates it. They're just glaring at you as they run by.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm pulled off to the side?
As Esrayle got pulled off to the side, she's being treated like a child. She's given water, she's given a towel, her forehead's dried off. She has a little pocket. She has a little hand fan to cool herself off.
Why?
Because they want to make. Because you're being treated like a child.
Ooh. Oof.
I kind of whisper over to someone. She's really lucky.
And you hear one of them curse. Do you understand Undercommon?
Me, yeah.
No, Ophilia.
Nope.
Yeah, they say something in Undercommon, but it sounds very offensive.
Does it seem like it's directed towards me?
It's directed towards Esrayle.
Ah, I see.
All right, but at that point, Ophilia, you're starting to feel the effects. Like, you're starting to slow down. You're still keeping in time, but you feel like your body's beginning to give out. It's been a long time since you've done this much physical activity.
Yep.
Make another.
We got another one going out under.
Make another athletics check.
I
use lucky. Oh, okay, that's better.
Better. All right, you're still trailing behind, but not as bad as if you nat one there. You start to fall behind, and then one of the commanders comes up, runs next to you, and just like, come on, keep up the pace, let's move. Just starts clapping their hands and starts like really trying to get you to start moving. Make another athletics check. You're at 2 successes, 2 failures right now.
Oh, I'm gonna use one more lucky. Yeah.
Go. Esrayle, in an amazing burst of adrenaline, you see Ophilia pick her head up and just sprint to the front of the pack, just outpacing all of them. And you see even like the sergeant is like clapping and nodding. He's like, that's right. Oh, you keep up with her. It's just like, it's an amazing display you've never seen from Aster or Ophilia before. So that was the first 4 hours of your day.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Great.
All right. After which you guys are returned to do your punishment. Mm-hmm. And that's basically the rest of your day. You go to another barracks. This one, a little bit nicer kept, but still pretty dirty. Yeah. At one point, you see one individual walks in as you guys are in the process of cleaning out the cleaning. Yay! I died.
Cleaning out the room.
I died.
Deep dark void.
The DM is dead.
Your inner demon.
I'm not even joking. I one finger smacked the touchpad on my laptop, and my USB port died.
How does that even happen?
Because it's an old laptop that is not keeping itself together very well.
But no shit.
Yeah.
All right. If you would like to donate to the NPC fund, we don't have a button.
We don't have a button for that.
Just send us money directionlessly in the mail. We'll get it.
We'll get it somehow. It'll come to us somehow.
Give it to a crow. We'll get over here. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Okay. As you guys are finishing changing out sheets, one individual, just some no-name soldier, walks over, and you see him just kind of walk over to one of the mattresses as you just finished making it, and just goes, whoops, and throws it off the bed, and laughs as he walks out.
Asshole. Then I just remake it.
I'd like you both to make perception checks for me. Active perception checks.
Percepciones.
Okay. So in your time here, you will learn another piece of information. Roll a d3 for me, since I have 3 more pieces of information to hand out.
Both of us, or?
Just one.
Here, let me get my D3 out.
I mean, it's just a d6. 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4 is 2, 5, 6 is... Alright, so 1.
No,
So
it's a D3.
It's a 2.
Oh, so 2, sorry. It's this one. You will hear something very interesting. As you're in the process of cleaning out the barracks, you will overhear what sounds like some higher-ranking individuals who kind of talking to each other and says, "Have we gotten word back yet?" Not yet, but I presume we'll hear from her soon. Well, we need to know what's going on in Arcala. If they catch any wind of our plan, we need to know before they get the jump on us. We'll be in contact. We've already sent a message out. We're just waiting for her reply. Okay. All right. Just get word to me when you hear back. Will do, sir. And that's just what you catch.
Might not be something that we know inside of town, but okay.
The day ends for you guys as you're finishing. It's once again about 1 a.m.
I'm just gonna collapse and go to sleep.
All right, Esrayle, are you gonna trance? Or are you gonna send any messages out?
Yep. I'm gonna send it to the guy.
To the commander.
Yes.
All right.
It appears as if there might be a spy. The only information is her, a woman. That's all I know.
Let me hear. As it's 1 a.m, you'll hear. Thanks for the information. That's. Sorry. It's early.
Goddamn it.
We'll begin investigating at daybreak. And that's the last thing you hear.
Alright. That'll be it.
All right. Once again, 5 a.m. comes. Ophelia, you did not get a long rest.
Hello?
You need at least 6 hours for a long rest.
Welcome to the army life, bish.
So Ophelia, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Should these people be dead by now?
Wait, that's
I told you, I did say, as part of the description, a lot of the soldiers look abnormally tired.
That is true.
Yep, there's my con save.
I've been sitting at 3 exhaustion for 6 years.
I just want to go home. Alright, so you're fine. But yeah, I did make it a point to say that a lot of the soldiers here looked abnormally tired. And from your previous experience with the Grey Reapers, just having this be the second day for you, Esrayle, where Ophelia's waking up completely exhausted, and with your previous experience, you get the sense they're not treating their soldiers very well. They don't really treat their soldiers very well.
Apparently not.
Alright, let's go ahead and do this rapid-fire succession. I'd like Esrayle, and first Esrayle, make me 3 athletics checks.
Ooh.
Or roll athletics checks until you either have 3 successes or 3 failures. Failure. Fail. Fail.
That was quick.
Fail.
That.
Fail. Both you and Ophelia just completely Ophelia, you have lost whatever respect that you were given yesterday.
Okay.
And Esrayle, you and Ophelia are pulled off to the side, treated like children again. As you guys are cleaning the barracks later that day, you will see several individuals walk in. As you guys are both in the process of kind of scrubbing down the floors. Esrayle, you go to kind of grab the bucket to dunk it again, and you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Okay.
Do you look up?
Do you look up?
He's going to punch you in the face. Does 14 hit you?
Let me check. I have a new AC. I did have a new AC, but it reset.
So it's 11 plus your dexterity.
1 plus dexterity. 2. That's 13 plus the ring of protection. 14.
So 14?
Yeah,
That
matches.
just hits.
Yeah.
Boom! So take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
As Ophilia, you look up just to see her get cracked in the nose by one of the individuals.
What the hell?
You think you're funny, huh? You think you're funny making us run more laps? Making us do extra work? What's your game, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You see another one kind of grabs you by the lapels and is going to attempt to lift you up. Make a contested athletics check.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 3 as well! So you are lifted up by your lapels as this guy picks you up and slams you against the table. The other ones go for you, Ophilia.
Oof.
It's like, maybe you need to understand just how much you're putting this platoon through. And they look over and you see a lot of them start cracking their knuckles. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
14. I only failed once.
Doesn't matter.
We're gonna go battle mode for this. Hang on a moment.
Oh, we're not gonna go battle mode. There's no map for it.
I know there's no map, but at very least,
Yeah.
just have a line of sight on
Where the heck are the battle
turn order.
Where the heck are my battle music? It all disappeared. There it is.
Mysteriously.
Seriously.
Let's turn up the battle music a little bit. Alright, so Ophilia, you got a 14?
Yep.
Alright. Ezra, what's your dexterity modifier again? 2?
Yep.
Alright, you're gonna go first.
Oh no, I don't want to go first.
So right now you are being held up and pinned to the wall by one of these soldiers, as about 3 others are in the process of getting ready to just wail on you.
I'm gonna try and get out of it.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check. 14. You manage to push him off and score him out as you land onto the floor. You're still within base to base to him.
Alright, did that take my action?
That did take your action to break the grapple.
I'm still gonna try and get away from him.
Alright, so you turn to run?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to attempt to grapple you as you run.
Oh, come on.
Grapple is an attack, so he can attempt it. I lost that die. So athletics check from you, Ezreal.
Alright.
8. So as you squirm free, he goes, no you don't. He'll grab you by your arm and pull you back, holding you in place.
Let go!
Are you gonna do anything else?
Is there anything else I can do?
Do you want to use magic?
Not at the moment.
Alright, so then no, there is nothing else you can do.
That's my problem.
Alright, so 3 of them will walk up. One of them, the guy's gonna try to restrain you. So I need you to make another athletics check.
Alright.
Oh god, he crit.
Ooh!
So he takes that position and pulls you back as you yell, let go. He takes you off your feet, grabs you arm up, bending it uncomfortably backwards as he pins your head and slams you against the wall, and you cannot move.
Boy.
3 of them are going to make attacks against you at advantage. Hit. So take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Yeah. Although they can offhand swing. They'll offhand swing as well.
That is my big fucking mouth, huh?
Hit, nat 20, and miss. So take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. An extra 5 points. So 11 total. Ophilia, 3 of them are going to come for you.
Oof.
1 is going to attempt to grapple you.
Great.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Great. Athletics.
You actually manage to avoid being grappled. As he reaches for you, you jump back spryly. Another one will come over and try to grab you from behind.
Come on! Why are there 3 of them?
They're a platoon. You think that this is like there's like a few people?
Fuck you.
But God, I am rolling like shit. You managed to avoid that one as well. Last one will attempt to grapple you.
Come on!
He beat you. This time he beat you. 16 plus 1 on him for athletics. So you are grappled by one of them as they are holding you back. You're currently kind of grabbed by the shoulders as he's kind of putting all of his weight down onto them, keeping you in place. And it's your turn.
Can I try to headbutt him?
Yeah, make a strength roll. Strength attack roll.
Oof.
Now you go to headbutt him, and as you do so, he takes his other free arm and just blocks your head, keeping it from impacting. So that was your action.
But I can't do anything else. I'm done.
Okay. So, Esrayle, your turn. You are restrained and being held against the wall as these guys are just pummeling the crap out of you.
I guess. Well, first I'm gonna say, let her go. She has nothing to do with this. Then I'm gonna try to break free, I guess.
Make an athletics check. At disadvantage because you're restrained.
Alright. Alright.
You can do it.
Alright.
You are
can't
still
do it.
restrained. Anything else
It's
you
me
like?
that screwed you all over.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Is not the guy as the restraining goes, nah. As far as we're concerned, you're both guilty of this. And the guys are gonna just start pummeling on you again. Miss from the first guy. Hit from the second guy. Miss from the third guy. And then these are the offhands. Miss. Hit. And hit. So I believe that was 3 hits. So
Yep.
take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Ophilia, the guy's going to attempt to restrain you. I need you to make athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Alright, that is a failure, I'm afraid. So he takes you and kind of leg sweeps you. You hit the floor, and he just puts his boot on top of your back and pins your arms to the ground. The other two will take attacks at you. Hit.
Okay.
And nat 20. So 5 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
I'm on the verge of death, guys.
Oof.
Oof.
Are you actually? Did you not get all?
No.
I was like, did you not heal from a short rest?
No. I'm fine.
All right. Ophilia, you're up. What are you doing?
Can I try to attack them in any way?
You have disadvantage to the attack. If you try to go melee.
Can I try to trip them up with my feet or something?
It's still at disadvantage. That's technically an attack roll.
Fuck. What can I do? I'm gonna try to get out of restraint, I guess.
All right, I need you to make an athletics check or acrobatics check at disadvantage.
That one. Nope.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you just cannot break out of this. Esrayle? You're muted.
Try to break out.
Make an athletics check at disadvantage.
Oh, that's 17 though.
I know.
I see you. I see you.
Sorry. 2 people with no athletics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miss. Hit. So it's 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. 3 hits on you, Esrayle. Take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Ophilia. 1, 2. What's your armor class?
16 at the moment.
16. So 2 hits so far. 3. 4. So 4 hits. Take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to get out of his restraint again.
All right, make an athletics roll.
I thought it was acrobatics.
Oh, sorry, athletics, acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Esrayle, you could have made that athletics or acrobatics, so if you like to roll acrobatics, you can.
Alright.
It's still a disadvantage, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, both you and Ophilia will manage to get out of the restraint. So I'll say go ahead and heal back 4 HP from both of you.
Okay.
Are you two running? Or attempting to run?
Can I use my interact with objects to grab them up and then start running? Or to dash?
Sure, yeah. Well, and as you take off, he's gonna attempt to. You're gonna be 3 grapple checks attempted on you.
Okay.
All right. They all missed. So Ophilia takes off running. Esrayle, would you like to try to run too?
What would the ruling be if I like took the bucket and just splashed him with it?
You'd splash him with a bucket.
Yeah.
That's not an attack?
I'd say it was an action, yeah. I'd probably give one of them disadvantage.
Just one of them?
Well, because you have to splash it on one person. You can't do a wide arc.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess disengage and bolt.
Well, that was your action, was to break the grapple.
Oh, I thought this was in a turn.
No. This would have been on your turn. You broke the grapple.
Okay, just run for it then.
So... one of them will manage to get a hold on you. But Ophilia, you see Ophilia just... and just run out of the barracks. Ophilia, what are you doing when you run out of the barracks?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Is there any guards nearby? Or...
Yeah, there's 2 that are guarding the door that have been watching this entire time and laughing.
Can I step out or no?
Yeah, they'll let you step out.
Okay.
They won't let you walk away from the barracks as you're still under punishment, but you can step out.
I'll step out.
Alright. And they will look at both of you and they will say, well, I mean, I guess you did the smart thing. Too bad about your friend, though. Between all of them, Esrayle, to speed this along, we'll say you're beaten within about 10 hit points of your life. Right. Before they're willing to let you go.
Alright.
I'm sorry, Luke.
It happens.
As you are kind of shoved to the ground and spat on before they walk out. Ophilia, you see them all leaving. They kind of look at you as they walk past and kind of give a chuckle.
I'm just gonna mutter horrifying curses in undercommon under my breath as I get back up and just get back to cleaning.
Yep.
Alright. So you both get back to it. You finish your second day.
Great!
Great.
Thought I was through this. Apparently not.
Make a perception check, V, please. See if you can pick up another piece of information before...
18.
18? And Ezra?
We might not be good at strength, but we have...
We have eyes! We can look at things. We're really good at that.
So on day 3, you guys will roll a d2, please.
Flip a coin.
Oh, actually, sorry. No, one of these you can only get if special requirements are met. So the one piece of information you find is that you will hear that a number of caravans are being escorted across the continent towards Nightshan, holding a number of different metal constructs.
Ooh.
But wait, you said Warforged don't exist.
You're right.
They're not
Scumbag.
Warfarg.
You're bringing in golems, you dickhead.
Yep.
I assume you send this word to the commander.
I'll wait till morning.
All right. Okay.
Short rest time.
So yeah, you do not get a long rest, Ophilia.
I'm back to full HP.
And roll for exhaustion.
Okay, I'm just gonna get my full HP back, and then I'm gonna roll for exhaustion. Motherfucker, I don't.
So, Esrayle, as you come out of this being your third meditation, you look at Ophilia, whose eyes are just pinned open as she just stares at you.
Are you alright?
Oh, just fine. Just fine. Sorry about yesterday.
I can't believe you're rolling so well for these con saves. That was a DC 15, too.
You dare mock me, Eric? I have the +9!
Alright, so, at day 3, same things, go ahead and roll me your checks. So you have 3 successes or 3 failures. 1 failure, 2 failure, 3 failure.
Triple failure.
Esrayle.
Do what I can't.
Believe in myself. Oh!
That's 2 successes, 1 failure, 2
Oh!
failure,
Oh!
3 successes!
Yes!
No! I'm gonna get beat up again.
So Esrayle, you managed to just power through this next day. As you're doing your laps and exercise for the day, you're just outpacing everybody. At one point, you completely finish your exercise before they do. Get a good 10 minutes ahead, just flip them off as you walk past.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. Just find those specific guys that bugged me yesterday and just fuck you.
Just flip them off as you walk past.
Can we not use the terminology that found the guys that fucked me?
Yeah, you know?
As you're walking past Esrayle, and as you're leaving, and you're going to report for your next duties, you bump into somebody. And as he just goes, sorry. And before he looks up, you see the symbol of tear on his head. I'm here.
Whoa.
Just it died again. I don't even know what caused it to die that time. I didn't touch anything.
Are you wearing a mask?
What do you do, Esrayle? He hasn't looked up yet. He seemed to have dropped something. He's going down to reach for it.
Turn away and walk.
Yep, I'm just fucking not booking it, but I'm just, calm pace, just walking away.
All right.
Sorry.
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 Alright, so you will walk away from him, head down. Ophilia, you'll finish way before any of them as you have been sitting on a bench for the majority of the day. So, around the 3rd day, unbeknownst to any of you guys, something is happening in Arcala. You finish cleaning your barracks, you do all your duties for the day. Gu and Flanar, you guys will arrive in Arcala.
Yep.
Upon your arrival, you will see that there appears to be a number of different military patrols that are basically rounding up all the citizens in Arcala.
Alright, good. They're preparing evacuation. Let's start.
The more you watch, you start to realize that they're being lined up. And there are a number of guards that have pulled weapons that are aiming it at the civilians.
What the fuck? No, don't you.
You see the commander walking about. As he starts looking through, he tells all the men to go back to their homes and pulls all the women aside and starts leading them over to the barracks.
What the hell? All right. I'm not one to. Yeah, if you should talk with someone. I'm not good with conversation.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to whoever's organizing this.
So that would probably be the commander.
Okay.
So you walk over to the commander.
Yep.
As you approach him, you hear him going, "Yeah, get them inside. We're beginning interrogation shortly." As he looks over. "Oh, you've returned."
Yeah, it's
I got word
What's
from
going
your
on?
messenger.
Oh, she's been captured.
I was aware. The bird told me.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's been sending me a number of messages. She says that Arcala has a female spy residing in it. We're rounding everybody up to ensure that we can root them out.
All right, let's start. But that's still kind of bad news. If they're going to be here within a week, that's not a lot of time to find a spy and not a lot of time to fortify defenses.
Also, DM, just to be clear, I did tell him what I learned yesterday.
Yes.
Just in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for right now we have a number of men manning defenses. But if we can root out this spy, perhaps we can cut off their immediate supply line and ensure that no information gets leaked out. If you'd like, you can participate in the interrogations as well.
Only thing I'm good for is making sure that I cause pain. I'm not one to play good cop.
They look at you, go. And would you like to participate as well?
Yeah, I have a knack for this. I don't like that I do, but
Very good. And he looks at Block, and he says, "Oh hell yeah, this will be fun." So in this time, you guys are all escorted over to the barracks, where a number of female civilians, about 18, 19 female civilians, have been kind of rounded. You get the sense this is not the first round of interrogations that they've done. And you see them, they're all like really confused, chattering amongst each other. And you will see that, let me get names again, because I have everybody's names in here.
Right?
Yep. Alright. So, you will see that Odera, the female half-elf, as they're memorizing, she goes, "Alright, shut up and listen. You're all here today because we believe that one of you is a Brotherhood spy. Now, if you can prove your innocence, you have nothing to worry about. But understand that if you are caught to be one, you will go through the most unimaginable pain you could ever imagine. We will break you down, and we will send you back to the Brotherhood in pieces." And you see all of them kind of start shaking, just looking at each other, really, really worried. Commander says, "Alright, that's enough, Odera. You will all be assigned to one of my sergeants, as well as these individuals," as he motions over to you. You will be questioned, you will be tested, and if you are found innocent, you will be allowed to return to your places of residence. And as he says this, you see a number of the sergeants start going over and start grabbing some of the women from the... there's 4 sergeants in total, and each of them are grabbing a woman from the line and beginning to take them away. All 3 of you grab one as well. Valak takes one over. During this time, Esrayle and Ophilia, you guys will, as you come to again, Ophilia, I need another Constitution saving throw. Alright, you are, actually this is DC 20, so you have one exhaustion point.
Okay.
You will...
How do people not die of exhaustion here?
You think they don't?
I would say they may. You don't know.
You two will be brought, specifically Esrayle will be brought to the commander. As you enter the tent, the commander will address you and say, Miss, I wrote it down here somewhere. 1 second. Miss, Mercedes, was it?
Yes, sir.
I've gotten a number of, shall we say, less than perfect results from your recent training.
Yes, sir.
Care to explain?
I suppose I don't have a reason. I'm not sure. I don't have an explanation, and I'm sorry about that.
All right. Now, would you care to explain to me why you've been casting spells early in the morning?
Uh-oh. Spells?
Yes, a number of the platoon members state that you've been weaving strange signs. And they've talked to me about it. I know they're not the smartest individuals. But I am smart enough to understand when I have a spellcaster in my midst.
This training's taken a lot out of me. And just the other day, I was attacked. I needed to heal myself up.
Make a deception roll. You will see him kind of motion a hand and wave the rest of the guards out of the tent. Miss Mercedes, I will inform you I do not appreciate being lied to.
God.
As his hand goes back and he grabs the maul, scooting it forward closer to him next to the desk. Now I will ask again. What were you doing, and what spells were you casting early in the morning?
Sending.
Oh my god.
Sending to whom?
My friend.
Your
I miss
friend.
him. Yes.
Who?
My friend Morton.
And what were you telling him in these messages?
That I'm okay here. Not to worry about me.
Give me one more deception roll.
We'd be at. Oh, yeah.
It's not a disadvantage. I would say it'd be a disadvantage if she was telling a whole lie, but she is telling a partial truth. So I will say it's just a straight deception.
Roll good.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
You'll hear a voice yell. You'll hear him call out, "Fetch the other one that was with her. We may have spies in our midst." Ophilia, as you are trying desperately to find a place to rest, you will be grabbed forcefully by two commanding officers, and you will be dragged to the commander's tent. As you are thrown in, you see, Ezra, as you've been in there for a while, there are a number of roam and well-armored Brotherhood individuals, as well as Umbra, who you can tell, even though he has a mask on, is just smirking as he taps his finger against his arm. As you are brought in before the commander, you will see he has now basically fully wielded the maul as he stands up walking.
I thought like if she would like find a safe place to fucking do it too. That'd be possible, or
I asked you where you were doing, and she said she was just sitting on the floor, which is
Wait,
kind
what?
of it's pretty out in the open.
Luke.
And I did say that there were guards that were cursory glancing in. She wasn't really trying to stealth.
Luke. I thought you were stealthing it.
I would have been, but I guess it's too late to retcon that now.
It's too late to retcon. I'm afraid you didn't say you were trying to stealth. You just said you were casting on the floor.
Luke.
I'm sorry.
Listen. Anyway.
So, the commander, as he walks around, will look at both of you, and he will slam the maul into the ground. As he does so, you feel a ripple of seismic energy that seems to shake the ground underneath you. We'll say, here's how this is going to go. Here's how this is going to work. You're going to tell me exactly where you're from, exactly who you're working for. And if you don't, I will start breaking limbs. So, what are your real names?
Esrayle.
He looks at you, Ophilia.
Ophilia.
Good. Where do you hail from?
Valadon.
Lunaris.
So you're a daywalker, is that correct, Ophilia?
I don't really know what I am.
And Valadon, that seems a bit odd, considering that's under our control. So which of the armies do you work for?
I hold no loyalty. I don't care about this conflict.
That is the truth. So no deception needed. And you, Ophilia?
I don't honestly know. I just recently was just taken in by her.
So neither of you hold loyalties. Then what were you messaging about? Answer, and he slams the thing, and you feel like the ground begin to quake even harder as he forcefully slams the maul into the ground.
All I care about is that no civilians get harmed.
That's not what I asked. Who were you messaging, and what were you messaging about? He's gonna swing on you with his maul.
Okay.
Yeah, you see him lifting the maul up, getting ready to strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was scared, alright? That's why I disguised myself. I thought maybe I could slip past you. If I didn't mean to come here. All I want to do is leave.
Make a deception.
I messaged... Okay.
Oh no, go ahead, continue. Sorry, I thought you were done there, so continue.
I messaged my companions. Nothing of great import.
I'd like you to make a deception roll at disadvantage. He doesn't trust a word you're saying.
Oof.
That went all over the place. That die was dancing.
You know what they say, the dice fall as they may.
Does a 17 hit your armor class?
Yes, it does.
Right in the shoulder blade. Wham! You just feel the maul slam down on your shoulder as you hear several breaks of bones as this wave of seismic energies just flows into your arm. You suffer. That's gonna be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And an additional 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
He sighs as the maul comes back up and rests on his shoulder. Well then. If you insist on lying to me, he goes ahead and aims his maul at Ophilia.
Stop! Wait. Please. She has nothing to do with this. She has no memory.
So then, what were you saying?
Nightshan.
What about
I
it?
heard there was something being brought to Nightshan.
I will ask again, and this time I am not going to be so nice as to hesitate. Who do you work for?
The favored few.
And who do they work for? That is military information. What would you have use for it?
I wouldn't say a friend. A companion. Has ties to the Empire. But believe me when I say, I do not care about this conflict. I am done with this military bullshit. I just want to go home.
Well, it looks like we're going to be moving a bit quicker than I anticipated. Umbra, get the troops prepared. We're marching for Akala immediately. If these spies have sent word to them, they're already making preparations. We must ensure that we get there before they're able to finish them. And Umbra will say, right away, sir. And he'll leave the tent. And you hear a bunch of yelling and shouting as they seem to be getting everybody prepared. As for you two, I think I have a nice little holding cell that would accompany you nicely. Take them away. As several armed guards reach down, start grabbing you and forcefully escorting you out of the tent. You could do something if you want to.
Alright. I'm gonna try and...
How far are we away from Umbra?
From Umbra, he's just exited. He's just left the tent at this point. At this point, they are approaching to grab you.
That means he's not in sight.
Yeah, he's out of line of sight.
Can I try and turn us both invisible?
You can. I'd like you to make an Arcana check, please. So as they go to grab you, you both vanish from sight. As all of them grab weapons and begin looking around. Let's roll initiative to see if you guys can get out of here.
Come on, damn it.
15.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to get it for work.
Ooh, 22!
We're gonna use this music. I think it fits a bit better. Alright. So, 22. Esrayle. Let me lower this a little bit.
I'm not. I haven't been hearing the music for weeks now.
Go to your settings. Check that your master music volume is turned up.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It was just really, really quiet for some reason.
So Esrayle, you're up first as you hear as Ophilia manages to vanish both of you. What are you doing?
Do I know where Ophilia is?
She was right next to you.
Okay, I'd like to grab her hand, and I'm just gonna run out.
All right. I will also point out there was that crate on your right as you grab her and turn to leave.
Can I grab it?
Yeah. So Ophilia, as you're passing by, we'll say this will be your action of the turn. You reach out.
I thought it was interact.
No, this is your interact with object for the round. So you reach out, and as you reach into the thing, you manage to pull that set of documents out, and it turns invisible as soon as you do so. They do notice you grab it as the commander yells, "After them, quickly! Do not let them escape with that document!" All right, so Esrayle, you've run out with Ophilia. Ophilia has grabbed the documents. What are you doing? You see as you walk out, as the scream comes through, Umbra has reached to his side and pulled his revolver out and is aiming around the area looking for you.
Alright. Okay, alright. So how does invisibility work? If you attack, it's gone?
If you attack or cast a spell, invisibility drops.
Okay, then I'm just gonna dash.
Alright, so you'll run with Ophilia as you have her in your arm as you take off in a random direction. Let's
can I also have Ravioli like makes sounds of our voices like in like another like
yeah, so Ravioli will begin squawking and yelling as if he's both of you. In one direction, you see a number of the guards look over. Next, it's going to be Ophilia. Your turn.
I'm gonna take the dash action. Is there any in the scouting missions that what was it that Ravioli has done? Does he notice a cliff?
There is no cliff. However, he would have told you that a little ways outside of the camp there is a much thicker collection of tree trunks that you guys could possibly run into.
Okay, we're running there.
All right, so you guys will take off. At which point, a number of the individuals will run out of the tent and begin screaming. One of them grabs a horn. Two of them grab horns and blow loudly into them. At which point, you hear the entire camp starts to rile up. Some people that are just sitting outside start reaching for weapons, start grabbing different accoutrements and armors. Umbra at this point is going to see if he can find you guys. I'd like you both to roll stealth, please.
Come on, damn it.
And I'm going to use lucky for that.
What?
My last... I'll take the 11, fuck it.
Alright. Esrayle?
Uh-huh. Oh, 7.
Oh, wait,
7.
It was at advantage. Never mind.
It was at advantage, so 15
was it?
and a 7 for Esrayle.
Yeah, then never mind, I don't use the lucky dice.
You'll see Umbra kind of looking around, and he'll look over in one direction. Esrayle, you see his eyes kind of glancing over to where you are. As he raises the revolver, he's going to fire 2 shots.
At me?
He's going to fire 2 shots into the area, so it's probably going to be at you. Actually, sorry, no, he has 3 attacks now.
Yeah, disadvantage.
At disadvantage for all of them. So that's an 18.
Yep.
Second attack, 14.
Nope. Oh, yes, it does.
Third attack, oh god, it's a 30.
What is your armor class?
Wearing
14 now.
wearing the leather armor has ruined her.
So Esrayle, you suffer...
Actually, speaking of, I probably should up. Well, no.
26 points of piercing damage. And... in my d8s. 8, 12, 17 points of necrotic damage.
And how much is that in total?
38 points.
No, I don't.
So you're gonna... Okay, so your reaction will make you visible as you bamf the wings out.
Wait, how? But that isn't a attack or a spell.
It's... let's see. I think taking reactions also drops
No,
your...
anything the target is wearing, the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Okay, so yeah, you are fine. So you'll go ahead and you'll... So which one are you doing it for? It's 38 total, but you can only reduce 1 attack.
The highest.
Okay. Yeah, the higher one. What was that?
So the first attack did 20 damage.
20.
Are you absorbing that one?
Yeah, that's the higher one, right?
Yeah. Okay, so then the other 2 attacks did 11 and 16, I believe.
Okay.
No, 11, 16. No, 20, 11, and then yeah, and then 7. Sorry.
Make sure to have the
Where it
wings
is.
out so we have like higher speed.
Yeah.
All right. So you take 18 damage then. You absorb the 20. Okay. So that's all their turns. You see him now begin chasing in that direction as he pulls his falchion from his side.
Can I also do the same thing with, Ravioli just...
Ravioli's continuously doing it, and you see that a number of soldiers are running off in that direction. Esrayle, you're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna fly out of there.
So as you take off, you are at half speed with Ophilia. You're not that strong, but you're still 30, making 30 feet, a 30-foot speed.
Yeah.
So we're both
not making any footprints, at least.
Yeah, so you both take off. I'd like you to both roll stealth again.
Is there any sort of bonus with
20.
It's advantage because of invisibility.
Okay. Come on.
Luke!
Okay, thanks. I'm trying, okay?
All right, so Ophilia, your turn. What are you doing? You feel yourself lifted up into the air. Your feet are kind of just dangling.
Okay. Before I come out, can I just... What do I have on me? Give me a second. Can I toss something to make a noise in a different direction?
Yes, you could.
But would it come out of invisibility?
I'd probably call that you drop invisibility.
Then I guess not.
You're just gonna let yourself be lifted away?
We're going at a dash action, right?
So yeah, you're going at 60, so you've moved 60.
So, is he still trained on this?
He seems to be following something.
Is he following us or no?
He's moving in your direction.
Can I whisper to her to, like, go in, like, take, like, another direction?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, fuck it, do hide action? I don't know.
Alright, well, you've already stealthed, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so it is their turn now. You see a number of the camp as you guys are now flying over it. People are rushing out from tents, grabbing different weapons. A lot of them seem to be scanning the area, trying to figure out what caused the alarm. You see the commander has come out and is looking around and see if he finds you. He does not, because I rolled a 2. Umbra will use his action to try to find you. He will find you, however. And he will action surge. And he'll take 3 shots in your direction. Disadvantage to all 3. First one is going to be... What's his plus? I forget his plus. I have his character sheet in here.
Too damn high.
I was gonna say, you've rolled for something that's like at a 30-something, so I would not surprise.
Yeah,
if
he's
it's
got a
plus
pretty
12.
high... Yeah, plus 12 to hit.
Holy crap, I was just guessing.
Ooh,
Why the fuck?
So 16.
that hits.
Miss, actually.
Hey.
But that's a nat 1 miss, so I have to roll on the chart to see what happens.
Spin the wheel.
Make the deal, spin the wheel, make the deal.
96.
Implosion.
96,
Or
fumble
explosion.
chart. Let's see.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. If it's a gun, on an automatic one, does it misfire?
Revolver does not misfire. A revolver is over misfire. This isn't a medieval weapon. This is using different rules.
Okay.
Okay,
However, you will see as he fires, the gun does awkwardly fire from as it strikes the chamber. One of the bullets seems to fire out from the side, and kills one of the random members of the Brotherhood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
one less person to worry about out of 100.
Yeah. Final attack, disadvantage. Is going to hit. So you suffer 16 points of piercing damage, 11 from the first, 11 points of piercing, and 5 points of necrotic from the first. So 16 damage from the first shot. And then it was 4 plus 5, 9, 15 points of damage from the second shot.
And this is toward who?
This is toward Esrayle.
Okay.
So 30 damage total.
Okay. I think I have a plan.
And remember, yeah.
And how far are we away from that exit, do we know?
You guys are roughly about maybe another 2 rounds dashing away.
Unless you have a healing potion, I'm going to need to cast a spell.
I'm gonna look around. I have two. This red thing, right?
Alright.
Yes.
So Esrayle, you will dash again? Is that the plan?
Well, I need the healing potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna. Feed
Well,
her.
it's on Ophilia's turn that she can feed you. On your turn, what are you doing?
Well, then, in that case, I'm just dashing.
Alright, so Ophilia, you'll kind of reach your hands up trying to find her head as you pull the healing potion up and pour it into her mouth. 2d4 healing. 3...
6.
6 healing. Plus 2. So, 8 points of healing to you, Esrayle.
Okay.
How far are we away from him?
In one more round at this point, and you guys will get to the clearing. I'd like you both to make stealth checks again.
Okay.
Alright.
Luke, please.
I'm
Roll
trying,
first. Just roll first.
Luke,
Luke, why?
You can use luck on her if you want to.
I'll use it on her.
Alright, roll again, Luke.
16.
It would have been the 8.
Oh my
So
god.
just adding an additional die to the roll.
okay.
Yeah, okay, so let's see here.
Stealth check for you, Ophilia.
7. But yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright. So he has found you. So he does see you. Passive perception.
What is his passive?
13. It's not that wise.
Okay.
It's okay when you have a low wisdom and a high fucking modifier. I'm sorry, what?
He's not a very wise man, but his perception is high enough to see you.
Wait, I don't think I can even give it to Luke. Never mind, yeah. Never
Oh, you
mind.
can't? Okay,
No, I
then go
can't.
ahead and use luck for yourself then, if you'd like to.
Oh my god, fuck me. Luck. Stealth check.
Nope.
Oh.
6. Alright, so another 3 shots. I will roll to see who they go for. Ophilia?
By the way, Luke.
Ophilia?
I don't know what the sun is doing, but it's...
Ophilia!
Nice,
All 3 shots at Ophilia.
Okay.
they got this, like,
What?
nice blue
16
thing
to hit.
going off. It's
It
wild.
Oh,
Are
God.
you gonna cast
matches.
shield?
It matches.
Alright.
This
Hits.
is really weird.
Hits. So all 3 hit.
Okay.
First attack, you take 7 points of piercing damage, 2 points of necrotic.
So mine is 9.
Yeah. Second shot, take 9 points of piercing damage with 3 points of necrotic. So 12.
12. Okay.
Last shot. Oh, I rolled like crap. So take 6 points of piercing damage and 4 points of necrotic.
10 damage.
Yes.
And I rolled all 3 of my con saves. I made all of them.
Alright, but by the end of this, you guys will manage to break the tree line. And I will say, as you bob and weave through the trees, they will not be able to track you anymore. As what Ravioli said is true, this is an incredibly thick area.
Nice. Incredibly thick.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I really have to go to the bathroom.
Alright, you go to the bathroom.
Extra thick.
It doesn't matter anyway, because that's what we're going to call it for tonight. Because
Okay, cool.
Chris needs to go to
boy.
work.
Yay!
Oh my god, that was too close for comfort.
Glad they escaped. Problem. We got an army to deal with right the fuck now.
Yeah, so anyway, thank you everybody who tuned in to watch. We'll see you guys next Friday to continue on and see just where this story